Almost there. Gotta cut off that little piece in the end. Almost. Do shift left one. There we go. That sounds pretty good. So I guess I had to put it at 122,709. So, okay, that's going to be the sample right there. 122,709. So from 4109 to 122,709, you have this sample. So let's say you want to extract that right there. What you'll do, okay, if I can get a clearer angle of it. So what I'll do now, I'll hit the left button to go back, just to go back to this the end button right here. Scroll all the way to edit select. You just hit right once and scroll till you hit extract. And then you press do it. Now it's going to ask you what pad you want to assign it to. So I'll assign it to, I'll put it on bank B, pad 1, and then press do it. Okay, so we'll have one sample right there. So let's go to the sequence, bank B, and looks like we're good right there. Okay, so back to the sequence. You have that's our first sample right there. And let's go back to the trim mode trim, and it's going to be on sample 2. You want to scroll back to make it sample 1. Okay, now since you want to, let's say we're going to cut another piece out, you make sure you start your new sample at 122,709. That way it'll remain consistent. So let's do that. Make sure you put the end first. Go back to the end. Put it a little more up right there. Just go up a few numbers. Go back to the start. Put the trim at 122,709. 122,709. Let's see here. Okay, I have it at 122,709. Okay, so actually what I want to do is start cutting out the bass hits, so I got to figure out where those start at. So what I'm going to do is, let's see if I can figure out how to get a nice little shade glare here. Reflection. Bear with me one second, I gotta put something right here. Now I can use both hands. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to the end. Whoops. 122, make sure it's at 122,709. And I'm going to just go up all the way to the, that way I can figure out where that trim starts. So we have that's a little too loud. So let's see where we can start this at. So scroll a lot. Okay, we're getting close. Maybe right here. Okay, it's too much. Okay, it looks like maybe 300 or 335,709 is where I'm gonna start my second sample. Or 2, so 335,709. Now I just want to cut off that little hit right there. Or maybe I'll do the two little strums right there. So make sure your trim start is going to be right there. So remember not to go before 33,5,709. Otherwise, like I said, you're going to have to go all the way back to, you have to re-put the numbers like that. So let's make sure we're going to put it at 400 right now. Sorry for the quality, it's not too clear on this right now. So we have 33,709, so let's put this at, make sure it's just a few numbers up. So actually we can probably do that right now, 379,109. Okay, that's good, it's close. Okay, we'll use that just to make it fast. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to extract that. Go all the way to extract. Pad bank number 2. Or pad bank bead on button 2. So we'll have the sequence. Okay, so let's see, I want to get just one more sample right there. We'll go back to trim mode. Again, let's put that real quick. Make sure you put it back, you scroll it back to number 1. And what you're going to want to do now, make sure your trim and start is on to be on where the end is. So we're going to start it at 375,309. Oh, I'm sorry, 375, yeah, 309. So let's write that down. 375,309. So sample 3. Okay, let's go to this. Okay, make sure you go to end first. Bring the numbers up. So what I'll do, I'll put it at 775, just to be on the safe. Okay, now I'll go back to trim start. Put it at 375,309. 375,309. Right there. Okay, let's figure this one out real quick. Okay, I'm going to start at 375,309, so let's go to the end, maybe at, let's see, 4 maybe? Whoa, went too much. See, I went too much back. It's supposed to be right there. So the start went all the way back to the last start. Okay, that's how it sounds. Try to use that. Cut it up to before that next hit. Alright, we'll use that. So I'll extract that. Put on pad 3. And so what we have so far is that's more or less how to chop a sample. And make sure, let's say when you save it, you sequence a beat, save to save it, what I usually do, I save the program with the samples and put it in a certain, make a folder for it, and that way you can know where to find it, save the sequence and the songs. That way when you load it up, you can go back to chopping right back, and make sure you save that first sample, because that's the main sample right there. It has all the notes that you're going to cut. I hope this has helped, and if it's confusing, I'm sorry, because I'm still learning, so maybe if I get better, I'll show you how to chop up faster. But again, when you cut the main sample, write down where you're going to start it at, the numbers, and write down where you end it at. That way when you start the second sample after you extract it and put it to a pad, you start right at the last one and keep going like that. And there you can have, like I say, you'll have the cuts. You'll have, and the sequence, it'll be right next to these